Here I find myself again, time traveling only in my head. From the past to future play, more change, yeah. My emotions are valid, but the goal is not to be triggered every time. Never mind, it's just life. It's okay for my sanity to choose perfect peace, and now forever and always be here, present. I am enough as I am. I am fully equipped. Even when the tide and the current start to shift, I am adaptable. I am adaptable. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Safe for me to be grounded in the present moment. The balance between problem solving and the universe working itself out. All that I have is all that I need, but to actualize it I can't doubt, no doubt. My emotions are valid, but the goal is not to be triggered every time. Never mind, it's just life. It's okay for my sanity. I choose peace, and I'll forever and always be present. I am enough as I am. I am fully equipped. Even when the tide and the current start to shift, I am adaptable. I am adaptable. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Safe for me to be grounded in the present moment. I honor God when I honor me. I honor God when I honor you. You honor God when you honor me. If you don't honor God, how could you honor me? Honor me.
Is it true? You actually think of me as less than you. Just wish that I knew how something like that could happen. Maybe it's just in passing, 'cause nothing is everlasting, no. But like really though, how do you know that I can overcome all of the obstacles? She just looked me in the eyes, said it's gonna be alright, 'cause I know that's how it goes. The only thing we know is that we change. Nothing's ever gonna stay the same forever, forever. No, I won't, 'cause no one ever does. You just have to learn and learn to trust whenever, whenever. As blue as the sky above you, it's true that it won't end this way. If you lose and get sad about it, just know it's gonna go away. doesn't make sense that somebody else got all of the praise when you did the same thing. It doesn't feel real when they all say it's the same rules when you play, when you know that's not the case. The only thing we know is that we change. Nothing's ever gonna stay the same forever. No, it won't, 'cause no, it never does. You just have to learn and trust whenever. As blue as the sky above you, it's true that it won't end this way. If you lose and get sad about it, just know it's gonna go away. As blue as the sky above you, it's true that it won't end this way. If you lose and get sad about it, just know it's gonna go away.
Good afternoon, good people. Good afternoon and welcome back to another episode of Transform My Life, which happens every Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 a.m. Well, it's 11 a.m. Pacific, right? Yeah. 10 or 11 o'clock, one of them. But yeah, so we know it's 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then we go back 1 hour. That's Central. There we go. That's 12. All right. Good people, we thank you so much for being with us another day as we go through the 13-week. We're on week 7 of the 13-week series of Magnanimous Manifestation. Magnanimous Manifestation.
How do you know?
And I don't know what that's about, but okay. So, today's going to be a great one too, by the way. If you haven't taken a moment, go ahead and like and share the stream. Go ahead and like and share the stream for me. Stream. And we really appreciate you joining us. You know, I am Samion Crumby, founder, leader of One Transformation Center, where we celebrate humanity. And we focus on inspiring, motivating, and healing lives and relationships across the globe. For we understand that we have so much more in common than separates us. And so we're just here to be on purpose. And to be able to provide the tools, resources, to enable you to be the best and highest version of yourself. So we're absolutely grateful to be here to share with you on this Easter Sunday. So whether you're live or listening to the replay, just take a moment and let us know. Drop in the chat where you're tuning in from. We'd love to see how far we're reaching because, like I said, our goal, our mission is to inspire, motivate, and heal lives and relationships across the globe. So we want to see where you are across this globe. Thank God for technology, right? Technology allows us to be more connected, to realize how connected we really are, to really tear down the barriers of prejudgment, to begin to mitigate discrimination. You know, we judge what we do not have understanding about. Yet once we gain understanding, we realize that but our commonalities far outweigh our disparities. And so, enough about that. We're here with the Magnanimous Manifestation series, which is an extension of the book that is almost finished, called The Power of Magnanimous Manifestation. The Power of Magnanimous Manifestation. It's a good one too. I've been spending so much time writing it. It's been with me since this content, this information has been inside of me. I downloaded it in 2017. And I'm just now getting to the space of being able to put it down in writing to share with you. So get ready for it. It's a dandy. It is the tools, the resources to be able to support us in manifesting. We hear so frequently all around us about manifesting, but yet we seldomly know what it is without the exception of creating or conjuring something, right? Or even aligning with the very things that desire us. However, with these series, if you missed one of them, this is week 7, you can go back to the YouTube channel, One Transformation Center, and catch the previous one. What we've done is we take the word manifestation and breaking it into an acronym, which is giving you ingredients to help you really master the process of manifestation, to really seize everything that has your name on it, and know how to do it, even in the midst of setbacks, disappointments, frustrations, anxiety, giving you tools and resources to support you in all your spaces for wherever you are, whether you're just starting out or you've been doing this for years. We're here to support you so you can be a continuous manifester. You become a master manifester. All right, so in this setting today, we will focus on the importance of identifying and eliminating any negative beliefs, thoughts, or emotions that may be holding us back from manifesting our greatest visions, our greatest desires. We'll explore practical strategies for sanitizing. That's the word for today. Week 7 is sanitize. From sanitizing our minds and hearts so that we can fully align with our true desires and create the life we truly want. As I stated, today is the 13th. Today is week 7 of the 13-week series of Magnanimous Manifestation. Now, you may wonder what Magnanimous Manifestation is. It's just in brief. It's when you manifest things that not only you're blessed with, but it blesses many others. That it continues to bless, carries on beyond you, whether you're physically on this earth. It's a space where others can inherit it. Their cups can be filled up. Their dreams can come true by way of your manifestation. Where your manifestation begins to change communities. You know, we're out here asking, requesting, desiring things that are just so minuscule. It may seem big to us, but really, it only really impacts us directly or our families. But when you manifest something that's so much more significant than you, now you're moving in the space of mastery. Now that's the sign of nobility. You know, we like to be called kings and queens, but yet what empire, what kingdom are you governing? Are you blessing? Who are you ensuring beyond yourself, beyond your lineage, that they're eating, that they're safe, that they're growing, that they're being empowered? That's what occurs in magnanimous manifestation. When you manifest in a magnanimous space, you begin to realize impact, be impactful. We're not going to go into all the different concepts of magnanimous and high manifestation, how it correlates. We're not going to do that today. You can go to the previous stream and that information is in there, or you can just wait for the book to come out and get that. Whether you can get it on ebook or get it to hardcover, softcover, it's up to you. It's your choice, right? We're going to go through the manifestation acronym. See it scrolling at the bottom. M is for mindful, A is for attune, N is for notate, I is for initiate, F is for fortify, E is for execute, S is for sanitize, T transform, A affirm, T transcend, I ignite, O oath, and finally with N, no limits. No limits. These are the ingredients in order to make this beautiful cake. If any one of those ingredients are left out, then you're not fully manifesting the entirety of what you're here on earth to create. You're not making your full contribution. So let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Bring my slide up here. As I stated, this is week 7. Sanitize. Let's take this banner down. Week 7, sanitize. What is sanitize, you may ask? Sanitize is where you're clearing a path for manifestation. You're clearing a path for manifestation. And what's happening in this space is sanitizing is closely connected to the process of manifesting magnanimously. When we talk about manifesting, we're referring to the process of bringing something into a reality through our thoughts and feelings and our beliefs. Manifesting can involve anything from material possessions to an emotional state. It can also play a significant role in our overall sense of well-being and fulfillment. So let's talk about sanitize. Because in the space of sanitizing, what we're doing is we're clearing the mental and physical and relationship spaces. That's what we're doing. We're clearing mental and spiritual and relationship spaces. That's what we're going to discuss today. We're going to discuss the space from the perspective of mental, physical, and relationships. So sanitizing is the process of creating a clean and clear space, both physically and mentally. By removing the physical and mental clutter, we create space for the energy of what we desire to flow into our lives. Sanitizing our physical spaces involves getting rid of things we no longer need or use, organizing our belongings, creating a peaceful and harmonious environment. When we sanitize our mental spaces, it involves clearing out our minds, removing from our minds negative self-talk, limiting beliefs, and emotional baggage that prevent us from achieving our goals. Now, when we combine the process of sanitizing and manifesting, we create an environment that is conducive to attracting positivity and abundance into our lives. And by decluttering our physical and mental spaces, we create the necessary space for the energy of what we desire to flow into our lives. This alignment can help us attract people, situations, and opportunities that support our goals and enhance our sense of well-being. Enhance our sense of well-being. Now let's really discuss clearing our mental space. It's a quote by Bruce Lee, and it says, "Empty your mind, be formless shapeless like water. Now put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it into a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend. And this really highlights what many of us are experiencing in our lives. We are becoming the very thing that we are that existing in the atmosphere and the environment that we're operating in. And but at the same time, we're expressing the need and desire to have more freedom. We we're frequently talking about how stressed we are because we feel so confined, but yet we're not being like water, we're being like the container that the water exists in. So in order for you to truly have the freedom, you have to break the mold and stop emulating your atmosphere and begin to move and flow so the atmosphere will become more like you. So let's talk about some tips on how we sanitize the mind. Decluttering our mind supports us with creating more positive and uplifting internal environments, which support our ability to manifest. Now, the first thing we can do is practice mindfulness. Practice mindfulness. Now, we've talked about this. This was week one. We really discussed mindfulness in great detail. And it involves paying attention to the present moment, being present without judgment. Being present, just allowing things to show up, allow things to be as they are without you needing to change them. Really getting an understanding of your current environment and appreciating everything that exists in that environment with the understanding that it's happening for your best and highest good. And while being mindful, it can help us to become more aware of our thoughts, our emotions, reduce stress and anxiety. Think about it. We're so busy on the go and having these external experiences that we can't begin to understand what's happening. Our outside is so loud. We fill ourselves with so much sound, so many distractions that we can't even address the issues that lay beneath the surface. So we're constantly trying to fix everyone and everything else besides the thing that's really broken or the core issue. Now, when I say core issue, the root of the word of that phrase is core, inside. Once you begin to go inside, then you'll be able to change how you show up, change what you see. There's a quote that says, when you change what you see, when you change how you see, the things that you see will change. When you change how you look at a thing, that very thing changes. So one of the things is, here's some simple practices that we can do when we operate in the space of mindfulness. We can practice it through meditation, deep breathing, exercises, or simply by focusing on your senses and surroundings. Another point to support us is releasing negative thoughts. Do you know we're just simply walking around here with cancer and doing nothing about it until it invades, until it really begins to take over our system? I want you to think about that for a minute. We're walking around. I want you to take your negative thoughts and equivalent them to cancer. You're walking around with cancer, but yet you do nothing about it until it begins to take over your system, until you no longer feel like you have a sense of control. Or perhaps let's use another example. You have those addicts that you don't know that are addicts because they're functioning, functioning alcoholics, functioning narcotic users, so on and so forth, that they show up every day, they go to work, they participate in being vital members of society, but yet they have this urge, they have this need, this desire that is bigger than them, that's stronger than them, that takes over them. But yet they're going to have this personal responsibility to show up and be an asset every single day, even though they're being controlled by something. What I'm here to share with you, that's the majority of us on this planet. And we have triggers that show up outside of us that remind us that we have some stuff going on. Yet we can make a conscious decision to do the decluttering, get rid of it before it becomes activated, before it begins to overtake us. And that's what negative thoughts are. These thoughts are draining thoughts. They can be toxic and drain our energy. It's essential to recognize and release negative thoughts when they arise. You can try writing them down in a journal, and then reframe them in a positive way. And for example, here's a great example right here. If you find yourself thinking, I'll never be able to achieve my goals, maybe you're right. There's a saying that the person who says the cup is half full and the one that says it's half empty, they're both right. Because it's a matter of your perspective. They're both right. You're both right. So if it's just as easy as it is for you to conjure an idea or a thought that says that you cannot do something, in that same space, that same time, the same energy, you can create a narrative. You can change the narrative that benefits you, to make it benefit you. For instance, you can reframe the thought by saying, I am capable of achieving my goals with hard work and perseverance. I am capable of achieving my goals with hard work and perseverance. The next thing that we can do to sanitize our mental well-being, our mental cells, is by letting go of limited beliefs. Letting go of limited beliefs. Many of you have heard me say, and I frequently say this, that the only limitations are those that we impose upon ourselves. The only limitations are those that we impose upon ourselves. Think about it. If you're walking around telling yourself that you can't do something, if you're walking around and you have bought into the idea that based upon the color of your skin, you can only be so successful. If you're telling yourself that even though statistically you could back it up, I'm going to be honest with you. With these ideas and these beliefs, they're so powerful that we can back it up. We can find all kind of data. There's information out there that can really begin to support your beliefs. Doesn't mean that they're operating in your best and highest good. Doesn't mean that they're correct. You just believe it, so you find the data, you find a way to substantiate it. As you can see it, I'm an African-American male. My family, members of my family were native to this country. We're here before any European was here. Others of my family I am a descendant. We are descendants of enslaved people. So there's a lot of things that have been carried over in generation. There's a lot of laws that have been written. There's a lot of rules on the book, spoken and unspoken, silent and spoken, that can potentially disenfranchise me. However, I refuse to subscribe. Why? Because I know who I am. I know that I am an extension and that I'm created in the image and reflection of God. The Creator said it. He said, I've made you in my own image. You're created in thine own image. I believe it. There's no reason for me not to. For me to believe anything less than that, for me to say that I'm limited because of this, because of the color of my skin, I'm limited because of my social economic background, I'm limited because of I'm a male, I'm limited for any other reason. As you see, I'm regrowing my locks out. I cut them off many years ago after having them for 5 years because I had a limited belief system that I could not have locks and be successful in corporate America. That within a certain social class that I wouldn't be accepted. And after I cut them off, I realized that wasn't true. That I was creating the limitation. So, things are happening around you right now that appear to disable you. I'm here to share with you that only you can disable you. Because even in the space of those who we have created the identity of disability, I can assure you that they have strengths that you don't have access to. So who really is disabled in that case? So this is a matter of us being able to tune in and tap into our unique genius. What makes you unique? What creates an opportunity for you to be the best version of yourself, to be really being an extension and reflection of the creator of creation? That's what life is all about. Don't buy into someone else's narrative and don't make that narrative yours. If somebody wants to be powerful and they feel like they need to disenfranchise you in order to be powerful, that's their business, not yours. Do not give them that space. Do not make them buy into it. Do not buy into it. Do not make their path easy for them. Show them differently. I've stood in the space of many KKK members and changed their mindset when it came down to me as a black man. How? Because we all discovered that we had so much more in common than what separates us. And we also discovered what was the fear. What was their fear? And once they realized that they had nothing to fear but the fear that they were creating, that the fear was being contrived from their limited belief system, it was being contrived from the limited belief system, then we begin to become friends. We created a different foundation for friendship. So those limited beliefs are negative beliefs we hold about ourselves or the world that can hold us back from achieving our full potential. These beliefs often stem from past experiences, societal norms, or other external factors. It is essential to recognize these limited beliefs and work to release them. You can try affirmations or visualization exercises to help you replace limited beliefs with positive ones. I don't even say you can try it. No, replace them. Get some exercise like affirmations and put them around you to remind you of who you are and the limitations, and that you're not limited and that you are an extension or reflection of the creator, and highlight all your skills, your attributes, your geniuses, your gifts. Highlight those things. Focus and have your attention to be on those things. And watch what doors open up for you. If you don't, guess who's limiting you? It's not anyone outside of you. Many times we go to a job and we watch someone we train gets the position above us, and we ask why, and we want to contrive a reason why that is, instead of simply saying, perhaps I'm out of alignment. Perhaps I'm not where I am supposed to be. Here in this space, I'm good enough to train someone to be to be in a position. I'm a great trainer. I accept that. Thank you. I'll make sure to add that onto my resume. Now I'm deciding to move and to be something else. I want to be more of who I am. I'm more than a trainer. So let me shift myself. Let me move out of this space so that I can allow myself to really be the fullness of who I am, no matter how comfortable it is here. No matter how much money they're paying me. Regardless of how close I am to retirement, or how good the benefits are. For there is something better if we truly allow ourselves to have the experience of it. But yet we frequently keep ourselves in spaces and wonder why we are not growing. It's because we have limited ourselves. If someone doesn't see your value, that's not your fault. Well, if someone doesn't see your value, that's on them. That could be short-sightedness, or you can be what they're not looking for. Maybe you don't fit into the culture. That's okay. Find a culture or create a culture that is in alignment with who you are. Stop trying to be like water, not like the container that the water is in. The next practice that we can do to assist us with shedding the mental, sanitizing our minds, is practice gratitude. I challenge you to monitor. I challenge you to monitor how frequently you're focusing on the things that do not exist. Challenge you. We're in our prayers. We're asking for things that aren't currently there. So what are we doing? We're operating from a space of lack, which I call lack consciousness. Instead of practicing gratitude, which allows you to be able to be able to allow you to be able to align with more of what it is that you're grateful for. Gratitude assists with shifting your focus from what you lack to what you have. To what you lack to what you have. It enables us to maintain a positive and magnanimous mindset and attract more positive experiences into our lives. You can practice gratitude by keeping a gratitude journal, expressing gratitude to others. Instead of telling somebody what you don't like about them, how about you share what you like about them? For instance, maybe you're going through a breakup, a divorce. Maybe you are leaving your job. Instead of focusing on the things that you don't like about your job and trying to find some other job or some other relationship that don't have those things, how about you focus on the things that you do like and begin to attract another opportunity, your next experience that has those things. So now you're operating in a space of gratitude instead of lackitude. I'm saying it again. Now you're operating in a space of gratitude instead of lackitude. And you can also simply just take a few minutes each day to reflect on what you're grateful for. Like, I'm grateful for this microphone that's in front of me. I've had it for 2 years prior to even using it for the first time. I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful for the opportunity to be able to speak with you. I'm grateful for this MacBook that I'm able to use to read a recording. Now I can say, well, I need a better camera. I need this, that. No, 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 no. I'm grateful for this MacBook that has allowed me to connect with you and that is being the video projection so that you may see me. I'm grateful for the software that I have that allows me to be able to generate these slides and to create and to create all these wonderful there you go. One of those things right there. I'm grateful for that. To be able to do those things. I'm grateful to be able to go over there and click a button and say, oh, you know what? Let me play this sound. See that? I'm grateful to be able to push a button and play a song. I'm grateful to have access to the music to be able to share with you to create the ambiance and the atmosphere. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the chair that I'm sitting on right now and the island that I'm at so that I can be able to create an ambiance, a space where I can breathe and be able to present to you. I'm grateful for the house that I'm in. I'm grateful for it and the location where it exists and the ability to be able to go to walk to the store and be at the store in 5 minutes, 2-3 minutes, depending how fast I want to walk. I'm grateful. Prices can seem a little high. See, that's me moving outside of gratitude. But I said, no, no, no. I'm grateful for having the money to be able to pay for, to be able to afford the prices at that store. I'm grateful. Real estate is going up. It's costing more to live. Guess what? I can complain about that, complain about the gases, price of gas, or I can just be grateful that I have the resources. Be grateful that I can put gas in my car and that I can enjoy my vehicle and allow it to take me to and from. I'm grateful. Let's begin to focus on those spaces as we continue to clear out our physical spaces. All right, so now our mental spaces. So now let's move to the physical spaces. I want to share with you this quote. Share with you this quote by Gretchen Rubin. And it says, outer order contributes to inner calm. Growing up, my mother used to say, I'm sure this may resonate with many of you, that cleanliness was next to godliness. Say cleanliness is next to godliness. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about why it is essential for us to have those spaces. First of all, physical clutter can create a clutter mentally, which can make it challenging to maintain a positive and productive mindset. Physical clutter can create mental chaos, which make it challenging to maintain a positive and productive mindset. Now, this is something that I do in my daily practice. I'm grateful for the ability to practice what I preach. I'm grateful to be able to take those moments of quietness and stillness, to be able to write out my thoughts, to really operate and sanitize my mental space. Grateful for it. I even call it unpacking. Many of my clients, coaching, counseling, and consulting clients, I always tell them about unpacking. Unpacking our bags. Many times we move into new spaces and we never unpack. So we never feel like we're steady, supported. We just wonder when we're ready for the next move. Other times we're walking and we're feeling weighted down, whether it's by physical weight or mental weight, mental stress, emotional, whatever the case may be. And the reason we're walking around and we're showing physical resemblances of this weightedness is because we're not unpacking. We're carrying this stuff, other people's stuff, other experiences into new experiences. And we're piling more and more and more onto our back and our shoulders until it breaks us down. That's why it's essential to unpack. Unpack. Now, many of you unpack, many of us unpack, I'm just going to include myself. Many of us unpack without discarding stuff. So now we become hoarders. And then we learn how to live in this space of controlled chaos. Controlled chaos. Meaning chaos is happening all around us, but we're learning how to operate in it. We're even learning how to thrive in it in many cases. Controlled chaos. Think about it. You want a couple examples of controlled chaos? Here you go. You ready? One of them, slavery. You say, why do you say slavery, Samuel? Well, you had far more enslaved people who were not chained, who were not fenced in, who stayed in a single location and complied with the wishes of their overseer or their owner, of the enslaver, even though they far outnumbered the slave master. Control chaos. Here's another. You ready? Prisons, jail. There are far more prisoners, far more inmates than there are prison guards. Yet, you don't have a lot of outbreaks. You don't have a lot of outbreaks. The system just continues to move. Control chaos. And many of us learn how to operate in that space at a relatively masterful level. Even though we're conceding to the point that we're operating in a box. We're literally in a box. You can only do so much. You can only have so many experiences in that box. But we feel comfortable in that space. Want to know another one? Your politics, the government. Here in the United States, we have a government that's of the people, for the people, by the people. By the people, of the people, for the people. Or by the people, for the people, of the people. Yet, we've given so much power to one president or the two senators that come from your state or the one congressperson that represents your district, as if they're going to have your best interests. And we do not hold them accountable. We allow them to do whatever and continuously put them back in office, even though they do not represent us as a total. Control chaos. We've learned how to function in it. And so it's important that we learn how to physically declutter. Here's the key. Several. Because I know that it can feel overwhelming, and I'm going to give you 5 of them today. I know that just looking at it, it can feel very overwhelming. But I want to encourage you just to start small. Start small. Start in your house. Start in a room. Because many of us are operating in a house that is just like so much going on. You can barely breathe. But when that gets, I know for me, my office gets cleaned. There's nothing on my desk. I function so much better. more peace. When I change the music that I'm listening to into maybe some jazz or classical or listening to some uh, maybe a some mantras or frequency stuff, my mind is at more peace. I can think better, more clearer. We're talking about the physical space. Let's go there. So start small. The idea of cleaning your home or workspace may seem overwhelming. Begin with one room or an area and work your way up from there. Another thing too is declutter. Get rid of anything that no longer serves you. Get rid of anything that no longer serves you, including clothes you no longer wear, items you no longer use. I know you may say, well, it has significant value to me. I don't want to get rid of it. I want to hold on to it. Well, what if you can bless somebody else and give them that value? Now you've made good use of it and you've made room for you to receive. I liken it to, there was this idea that I used to share back in the day. I'll bring it up for the moment. A closet. You go into your closet and there's just clothes everywhere. So many clothes that you don't even wear them. Still have tags on them. Even have some clothes in the closet that are just waiting for you to lose some weight so that you can get into them for the first time. Just clothes galore, shoes, everything is in there, hats, purses, everything is in there. You're just hoarding and you're trying to find, oh, I don't know what I'm going to wear, so on and so forth. Yeah, because you have too many options. You have too much going on. And so now you're rattling your brain. You're going crazy, getting frantic, trying to figure out. Declutter. Go be a blessing to someone who doesn't have. Take it to the Salvation Army, the Goodwill, to a shelter, your church. Take it somewhere, donate it. Maybe even get you a tax refund, something you can use for a tax shelter. Or if the things are, if you got old t-shirts or bras or undergarments that have holes in them or just been worn for years, discard them, get rid of some, bless yourself with something new. So it's nothing more amazing than new undergarments. A fresh white t-shirt, neckline hasn't been stretched. Nothing more refreshing than that white t-shirt. Get rid of those things that are no longer serving you, that no longer are equivalent to your value system. Let them go. Items you no longer use, donate them so someone else can get use out of them. Think about it, man. If you were someone, if you were an object and you were just sitting on the shelf, how would you feel? Like, oh, I'm so important because I'm sitting on the shelf. Or would you want to be something that be utilized and to be of service? I personally would want to be of service. Me, I want to be of service. How about you? So think of the items that you have sitting there that you're no longer using in the same capacity. Is it being of service to you now? Will it be of service to you in the next week, within the next month? If not, let it go. Is it a seasonal? Is it of service to you within seasons? If not, let it go. Declutter. Next, clean through thoroughly. Clean thoroughly. Once you've decluttered your space, clean it thoroughly. This includes dusting, vacuuming, and disinfecting the surfaces. Use natural products so that you that are safe for your health and the environment. Clean thoroughly. There's nothing more worse than going over someone, visiting someone, and their house is dirty. You don't even want to go to the bathroom. You don't even want to get comfortable. You feel disgusted. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Next, fourth, organize. After some cleaning, organize your belongings in a way that makes sense to you. This can help to create a sense of order and make it easier to find what you need. Do you know that some of our children are acting up because there's a lack of organization? There's a lack of structure. Do you know that many of us as children were very productive and very, we acted better. Let's use that. We had better behavior because there was organization and structure. But yet we don't carry that organization and structure over now. I'm not saying that some of the things we need to carry over, but most times we're trying to abandon things because of our experiences, maybe some few experiences that happen, versus carrying over the things that worked. It's important for you to be organized on your job. If you're organized, that's going to create an opportunity for you to be seen at for increases, for promotions. If not, they're going to overlook you. What does it say about you? Understand that that is an idea. You can mask yourself all day long. And you know what's awful? Getting in a dirty car. Seeing people's cars that are unkept. Everything's thrown everywhere. It's like, oh, I don't know what's in this car. I don't know if I want to get in here. And then you say, well, come ride with me. Then I'm thinking, I don't know if I want you in my car because I don't know what you're carrying, what's in your car. You never want to be limited because of these things, man. Give yourself an opportunity to move beyond your limitations. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Organize. Keep things in order. So it's easy to find. You're not wondering where things are, like, oh my God, I lost this again. No, if you know your keys, when you come in the house with your keys in a certain location, so when it's time to leave that certain location, you go to that certain location to get your keys. Simple. If you know that you put your cups in your cupboard in a certain place every time, so when people come over, you say, where your cups at? Oh, right there in that cupboard right there. And when they come back over next time, they know to exactly go back to that cupboard and not have to be looking for things because it's organized. Number 5, maintain. Maintain. Once you have sanitized your physical space, make it a habit of maintaining regularly. Spend a few minutes each day tidying up and decluttering. Schedule regular deep cleaning sessions. Here's another thing too, people. It's important that your house, you may say, well, you don't talk about the house. What about the person? Well, if your house is disorganized and decluttered, so you're going to look disheveled. There's no way possible that you can look on point, smell on point, alluring and attractive, and your house in disarray and disheveled. If you can pull that thing off, kudos to you. But I guarantee you, it can only last a short period of time with people, because once they see you, once they experience you in your space, they'll realize who you really are, and not for the masquerade that you've created, not for the character that you created. So let's not create characters any longer. Let's live authentically. All right. Next thing is we're going to sanitize our relationships. We're going to clear the relationship space, the relational space. Here's the quote that's attributed to that. Surround yourself with people who push you, who challenge you, who make you laugh, who make you better, who make you happy. Surround yourself with people who push you, who challenge you, who make you laugh, who make you better, who make you happy. Now, many of us, we surround ourselves with people with toxicity who stress us out. We think that people who are pushing us, who may We sometimes we attribute pushing to be somebody with a negative perspective of us, or somebody who says you can be better than this. I don't know why you're not doing this, that, and the other, who are nagging us basically instead of actually inspiring us. Inspiring us. So it really just says surround yourself with people who inspire you, who motivate you, who make you laugh, who create healing within you, who make you better. Not because of their nagging or their prompting, but simply because of who they are. You're inspired. You're wanting to be more because of them. So here's some tips for that space. Evaluate your relationships. Take a moment. Take some time this week, today, and evaluate your relationships. That's all relationships, just not your intimate ones. Your relationships with your families, with your employers, with your employees, relationship with your civic organizations, your church, relationship with your politicians, relationships with your neighbors, so on and so forth. I challenge you to sit down and evaluate them, reflect on them, and assess how they make you feel. Identify the positive and the negative relationships in your life to focus on building stronger connections with supportive people. And let go of those that hold you back. Let them go. Why are you keeping them around? What benefit are they to you? Let me look at you when I say that. Let them go. How are they benefiting? How are they improving your life? How are they adding value to their life, to your life? Let them go. Or else you're going to continue to infuse toxicity, which is going to continue to have you create negative thought processes and limited beliefs. Let them go. And I know so many times we stay in situations and circumstances because of our children. We stay in situations and circumstances because of the law or religion or our belief systems. Because we don't want to be a statistic. Been there, all of them. Guess what I do now? Sayonara. Because if you don't value me, then why are you in my life? If you don't value me beyond what I can do for you, why are you in my life? I let you go. Go be where you're valued. Go be where you value. Also, surround yourself with positive people. That's one of the reasons why we're here, to be that resource for you. When I say we, I mean One Transformation Center. Surrounding ourselves with positive people and positive and uplifting people can help us maintain a positive mindset and achieve our goals. This is essential. Look for people who are optimistic, supportive, and encourage personal growth, while remembering we must be what we desire to attract. You desire something, become it. Are you someone who encourages personal growth? If not, the experience that you're in right now is a matter of your reflection. You attracted it. If you want something different, be different. Are you supportive? Are you optimistic? Are you pessimistic? Stay over there. I love my family, but many of them stay over there. Set boundaries. Ding, 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 ding. This is important. Set boundaries. Boundaries are essential in any healthy relationship. We need to communicate our boundaries clearly and respectfully to others, including not tolerating disrespectful behavior and disallowing others to take advantage of us. It's important. Stop giving people permission. I teach that we treat others how to treat us. We're constantly giving you permission to let us down. We're giving you permission to slander us. We're giving you permission to create this chaos around us, to poison us with your toxicity. We're giving you permission. Think about it. If you enjoy reality TV, guess what you're saying? I like that toxic behavior. So now people come to you in a toxic space because they feel like that's what you want. But if you don't desire that, stop it. Stop showing them that's what you want. If somebody shows up, oh, my Angelou says that. She says, when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. Believe them the first time, not the third, the first time. It's like going and getting slapped. And they say, you know what? It wasn't really that bad. Do it again. What benefit is it for you? Oh, it makes me tougher. It shows me that they love me. Love what? Slapping you? That's what you're teaching them. Is that you love to be slapped. Fourth, communicate effectively. Communicate effectively. This is crucial to maintaining healthy relationships. It is. Because we need to communicate our needs and feelings clearly. We don't do that. I'm going to say it again. We need to communicate our needs and our feelings clearly. But most importantly, we have to learn how to listen, practice active listening, and be more understanding and empathetic. That doesn't mean I have to feel sorry for you. We have empathy and sympathy confused. Empathy comes from a space of understanding. It's saying, I agree to understand. It is not me agreeing to your pity. I'm not receiving an invitation. I'm politely declining your invitation to your pity party. I'm not interested. It's not where I live. I don't want to go to a party with people standing on the walls talking about each other. I want to go to a party where I can have a good time, celebrate, get my dance on, have some good food there, great conversation, networking. There's some value that's being created in that space. That's what I want. That's what I desire. And listening is key. Absolutely. Listening is key. Here's the key to that, though. We have to remember that we have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. So that we can listen more than we speak. And the next, number 5, stop holding grudges and resentments. Stop holding grudges and resentments. Release those grudges and those resentments. You do realize that holding on to those grudges and those resentments, they're hurting you. They ain't really hurting the other people like that. They move on. It's hurting you. It's preventing you from achieving your goals. It's preventing you from actualizing your full power and potential to manifesting what it is that you desire because you got this. Can't stand them. I just wish that they would go somewhere and die. Do you realize the energy that you put out is you putting it out for yourself? I think as many of us realize that the energy that we put out, that we're putting it out for ourselves, we may stop putting it out. So through letting go and forgiveness, we free up mental and emotional energy and create space for more positivity and abundance in our lives. Number 6, let go of toxic relationships. Let them go. Disconnect from consistently negative or draining relationships. Why? Because you are important. Your well-being is important. Your peace of mind is important. The thing that you really desire to realize is important. Even though you're acting like it's not, it's important. You acting like it don't really matter. Like, oh, I don't really want to be happy. Oh, I don't really want to have love that doesn't have conditions. Oh, I don't really want to experience joy. Oh, I don't really want to travel. I don't want to see the world. It's not important. Like, really, you can only see so much of it, anyways. Let it go. Live your life. Free yourself up so you can have a life experience, memories that take you far outside of anything that you thought you could experience. Let it go. You're only hurting yourself. All right, so here in summary, we're going to talk about some. We're closing this out now. In summary, the connection between sanitizing and manifesting magnanimous is clear. By creating a clean and clear physical and mental environment and cultivating positive relationships, we create the space necessary to attract positivity and abundance into our lives. By making these practices a regular part of our lives, we can cultivate a state of receptivity and openness that allows us to manifest our deepest desires and live a more fulfilling life. So here's a couple of affirmations that you can share, that you can utilize to support you on your journey for sanitation. First one, I release all negative energy and thoughts, allowing space for positivity to flow into my life. I release all negative energy and thoughts, allowing space for positivity to flow into my life. Another, I choose to focus on the good and let go of the things that do not serve me. I choose to focus on the good and let go of the things that do not serve me. How about this one? I trust that the universe will provide for me, and I let go of any fear or anxiety about the future. I trust that the universe will provide for me, and I let go of any fear or anxiety about the future. Or perhaps this one better serves you. I am surrounded by love and positivity, and I choose to let go of any toxicity in my life. Another is, I embrace change and growth, and I let go of any attachment to things that hold me back. Or perhaps, here's the last two. I trust that the universe has a plan for me, and I let go of any need for control or perfectionism. I let go of any need for control or perfectionism, meaning it has to be perfect. You're absolutely right on those blessings. Freedom and letting go, forgiveness and letting go is freedom. Today's thought of the day from A Course in Miracles says, salvation and forgiveness are one and the same. Salvation and forgiveness are one and the same. So you're absolutely right. Forgiveness and letting go is freedom. Now, because the reality is we can't control how people are going to show up, right? We really can't control. We like to think that we can control someone, but the reality is you can't even control your own self. You can't even, you don't do that well of a job controlling your thoughts, your behaviors, the words that come out of your mouth, your actions. But yet you want to try to control something or someone else. Come on, get out of here. Get out of here. And the last one is, I am grateful for the abundance in my life, and I let go of any scarcity mindset. I'm grateful for the abundance in my life, and I let go of any scarcity mindset. I've been challenged by the universe By the divine spirit, my soul has been challenging me. And it's saying to me, if the universe and all there was, especially on this earth and the firmament thereof, were created in 6 days. That's what we believe, right? Why are we operating in such a limited capacity if we're the extension and reflection? If we really believe God is who God is, and that no weapon formed against us will ever prosper, we really believe that as God is for us, what can be against us? We really believe that the energy and essence of God is omnipotent, omnipresent, all-knowing. Then why are we settling for things that are settling for mediocrity? Why are we settling for scarcity or scarcity? It's time for us to shift our minds, to awaken and allow ourselves to be able to see more, be more, experience more. Well, that concludes the presentation for today. I want to offer a prayer. I want to offer a prayer. I want to offer a prayer of sanitation for sanitization, not sanitation, but sanitization. Offer prayer for sanitization. You can offer prayer for sanitation some other time. I know certain locations they're having issues with that. But right now we're talking about sanitization. Allow us to bow our heads for a moment or soften our gaze and to be in receptivity of this prayer. Divine Spirit, I come to you today with an open heart and a willing spirit. I recognize the power of sanitizing in my life and the role it plays in manifesting magnanimously. I ask for your guidance and support as I embark on this journey of self-improvement. I affirm that I am willing and able to release any clutter and negativity from my physical space, my mind, and my relationships. I trust in the process, and I know that as I create space for positivity and abundance, I am aligning myself with my highest good. I affirm that I am surrounded by supportive and uplifting people who encourage me to grow and to achieve my goals. I am grateful for the relationships that bring joy and positivity into my life, and for the courage to let go of any relationship that no longer serves me. Thank you, Divine Spirit, for your unwavering support and guidance on this journey. I know that as I continue to sanitize my physical space, my mind, and my relationships, I am creating space for greater abundance, love, joy, and joy in my life. So be it, and so it is. And it is so. It is so. I want to just remind you that you are precious cargo. And that there's so much more to you than what you can even imagine or what you've experienced. So do the work today. Declutter. Let go of everything that no longer serves you. Surround yourself around people who desire the best for you, with you, as you. People who are striving for greater, being better, who are assets, not liabilities. Become an asset and not a liability. I challenge you. And if you missed any part of this, feel free to go back. Feel free to go back and listen to it from the beginning and share it with someone else so you can surround the circle, create the circle that you desire to have. It's up to you. And as we go forward, if you also, we'll be back on tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's Monday, so we'll start out the weekday with 6 a.m. for the morning manifestation sessions. If you're not on those and you desire to have a more empowering life, I don't know what you're waiting for. I don't know what you're waiting for. And I'm not just saying that because, I'm part of it. I'm saying that because you're not. So as we go forth, I just want to challenge you. Be the change you desire to see today. Be the change you desire to see. And again, you're a precious cargo. So be that by being great. Until next time.
Don't ever let nobody be the reason you throw it out. You stop caring about it. Don't let your hair get in the way. Can't be defined by your mistakes. You know you try and you try really hard, but sometimes you fall. Yeah, sometimes you fall. Say I'm not sensitive, but I can sense if it's right for me. Don't let your hair get in the way. Can't be defined by your mistakes. You know you try and you try really hard, but sometimes you fall. Yeah, sometimes you fall. 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 Sometimes you fall.